the playoffs. Strange things happen in baseball, and the Reds were the byproduct of a Mets collapse for the ages. New York lost 35 of their last 54 games of the season, and the Reds took advantage, finding themselves in LA tonight, getting set to take on the defending World Series champions, the Dodgers, which no doubt will be a daunting task. Red skipper Terry Francona, Tito, revved up for his first ever playoff series as the manager of the Reds.
I've been in full uni since 9:45, and my palms get sweaty. Yeah, it's what you're here for. Honestly, we're going through some stuff for the first time. But it's baseball. You know, if they were asking us to go do calculus or something, I'd be scared to death. This is baseball. And as long as that stays baseball, let's go see if we can be good enough.
Reds and Dodgers at 9 o'clock tonight, and because I know you're wondering, the Mets' payroll this season was $342 million. Cincinnati's was just over $119 million. Wow. Oh, and by the way, the Dodgers' payroll, that's a tad over $350 million, 231 more million than Cincinnati. Yeah. You think that's going to be talked about this series? Around the league, from the 1-800-CALL-SAM studios, brought to you by ESPN Bet. Take Gleyber Torres to get 2 or more total bases today. You get nice odds at plus 145. ESPN Bet, the official sportsbook of ESPN, and the only place to find exclusive offers. Download the ESPN Bet app today.
Hi, Tigers fans. For the second straight season, we get a taste of postseason baseball here in Detroit. The excitement around the ballpark this summer has been spectacular, and I'm sure a longtime friend Andy Hetzel from Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan would agree. Great to see you in the postseason, Andy.
Hi, Dan. All of us at Blue Cross stand squarely behind our Tigers. Our iconic billboard on Jefferson Avenue in Detroit proclaims it is our city, our Tigers, our time. Our headquarters on Lafayette has the Old English D up in lights. It's time now. Let's go.
Andy, as the Tigers get ready to take this next step toward a potential World Series championship, let's talk about a big step we can all take toward better health and more affordable health care.
Dan, as you and I have shared with Tigers fans all season in our weekly talks, preventive care services are so important because they allow us to live our best, healthiest lives. Preventive care also plays an incredibly important role in keeping health care affordable.
Andy, we think of preventive care like making sure to visit your doctor every year for a wellness exam as something we can control that keeps healthcare problems from happening, or if they're happening, from getting worse. So it starts with staying up to date on checkups, screenings, and tests.
You're right, and it's so important, Dan. We have a lot of information on the importance of preventive care and tips on when and where you should seek it online at mibluedaily.com/affordability.
Doing our part to stay on top of our health by having open dialogue and working with our doctor has obvious benefits, but it also contributes to keeping the cost of health care lower for all of us.
That is true, Dan. Each one of us, multiplied millions of times over, contributes to the expense of the healthcare system. And there's no better way to promote affordability within that system than each of us taking the steps to stay as healthy as we can be.
Thanks, Andy, for all the good information you've shared with our fans throughout the season, not only here on the Tigers pregame show, but on a great site, mibluedaily.com/affordability. Great to see you, Andy.
Great to see you, Dan. Let's go Tigers.
The Tigers aren't the only hot team in Detroit this summer. Priority is heating up, and we're building a powerhouse crew. Whether you're behind the wheel or behind the scenes, there's a spot for you on our winning team. Great pay, real benefits, and a work culture that moves fast and plays hard. Apply now at PriorityWaste.com and get in the game. Priority, Detroit's hottest team off the field.
Back to the Metro Detroit Buick GMC Dealers broadcast booth. From the field, brought to you by Meyer, official partner of the Detroit Tigers.
Good afternoon, Tiger fans. This is Bobby Scales with the Tigers from the Field Report ahead of Game 1 in the American League Wild Card Series here in Progressive Field in Cleveland. I'm here with Tiger first baseman Spencer Torkelson. Torque, thanks for being on with us today.
Of course, thanks for having me.
So here we go again, Cleveland. It is odd to see these guys again in this close a proximity to each other. How does that feel for you?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a little weird playing a team so many times in the season, so many times over the last 2 seasons, it seems like. But we know them, they know us. It's just going to come down to who plays better, and that's what it's all about.
Yeah. Talk about the dynamic of, listen, the struggles on the stretch were what they were. We know that. But you got in, it's done, It's 0-0 now. What kind of mental reset do you guys have, or is it just like any other reset for any other start to a new series?
I think it was a huge reset. Just getting in, you got a seat at the table. You got an opportunity. Everyone has an equal opportunity. And now it's just who plays the best baseball down this stretch. And we like to say, we got our works out of the way.
Yeah, right. Get it out of the way now, right? Good time. Get on a heater. So you talked about knowing each other, right? And does it just becomes a game of execution? There's not going to be any surprises. These two teams know each other very well. Managers know each other very well. Coaching staff, players, pitchers, all the time, all the things. It's just literally a game of execution at this point.
Yeah, literally who executes more pitches, both offensively, defensively, on the mound. Who's going to execute in the biggest situations.
You know Gavin Williams. Gavin Williams knows you guys. As far as your meetings go, I mean, there are not going to be any big tweaks. There's not, because this stuff's not going to change dramatically or drastically in the last few days since the last time you saw him.
Yeah, definitely don't try to reinvent the wheel. I mean, he obviously knows us. I think this is his third straight start against us. So, I mean, you just got to stick with our approach and trust it, not trying to overthink what he's going to do, because you faced him and he's had success or you've had success. It's just, trust your approach and be ready for that mistake.
The atmosphere today, what do you expect from this crowd here in Cleveland? This rivalry's budding. It's getting better. I mean, at this point, it's going to be 32 times in the last 2 years that you've played each other, 13 in the regular season and 5 last year in the division. What do you expect from this Cleveland crowd today?
I mean, they're loud. They're pretty brutal. But it's going to be electric, and that's what it's all about. When you play meaningful games, you want it to be loud. Don't really care who it's for, but, I mean, hopefully we shut them up.
Yeah, that's it. Hopefully you can shut them down. Well, Torque, I appreciate you being on with us today. I know you got some work to do, so we'll leave you to it.
Thank you. That
was Spencer Torkelson, Tiger first baseman, ahead of Game 1 here in Cleveland, Ohio. We'll be back with more from the Detroit Tigers Radio Network.
Detroit Tigers Baseball. Brought to you by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan. Ready to help. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network.
I'm Lions head coach Dan Campbell. When you're injured in an accident, you want respect. How do you get the respect and money you deserve? Call Sam. You need lawyers that get respect, and your lawyer needs to respect you, your case, and your family. That's why you need to call Sam. Get the experience, the resources, and the results that everyone respects. Get the Bernstein advantage. Get respect. Call Sam today.
Right now at Jack Dimmer Ford, our lease offers are a steal. This month, Ford AZ customers can get a 36-month lease on the 2025 Mach-E Select AWD for $309 a month with $1,979 due at signing with no security deposit required. Includes $500 in Power Promise Cash Alternative and $7,250 in RCL Cash. Hurry! Offer ends September 30th. Visit jdimmerford.com or discover the Dimmer difference at Jack Dimmer Ford on Michigan Avenue, a mile and a half east of I-275 in Wayne.
Swing, there's a drive to left. That one is long.
125 years of baseball tradition continues.
And it's gone, a home run.
Brought to you by Sam Bernstein Law, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, Jack Dimmer Ford, Corwell Health, Jack Dimmer Lincoln, Figo, Mastercraft Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electrical, The D Las Vegas, Metro Detroit Buick GMC Dealers, Northville Lumber, Feiger Law, Meyer, Comerica, McLaren Health, Wallside Windows, and Little Caesars Pizza.
Play ball with the call of the game from the Metro Detroit Buick GMC Dealers broadcast booth. Here are the voices of Tigers baseball, Dan Dickerson and Bobby Scales.
Clear skies, breezy, warm in downtown Cleveland. Hello again, everyone. Postseason baseball 2025. The pageantry, the teams lining up. Bobby, it's just a different feel when you get to the postseason. Best of 3 wild card round starts here in Cleveland.
Yeah, this is fun. This is fun. We've talked quite a bit about just the familiarity with these two clubs, and this is going to be a backyard brawl. It's going to be a fun, hopefully 2 for the Tigers, but if need be, 3-game series.
Tigers won 2 straight in Houston last year to advance to the DS against the Guardians. This year, The playoffs start in Cleveland, best of 3 wild card round. If there are 3 games needed, they will all take place here in Cleveland. Tarek Skubal on the mound for the Tigers. He's had nothing but success against the Guardians. Gavin Williams on the mound for Cleveland. He's had nothing but success against the Tigers. Which offense will score enough runs to win this game? That is what we're looking at as we begin. Tigers and Guardians, first of 3. Best 2 out of 3. Wild card round at Progressive Field in Cleveland. Beautiful day, not a cloud in the sky. Guardians getting ready to take the field. Let's check today's starting lineups with Bobby.
Yeah, thank you very much, Dan. And what up, though, Detroit? Tiger fans, your starting lineups brought to you today by Comerica. Only one bank's been committed to Michigan since 1849. That's Comerica. We'll start first with your visiting Detroit Tigers. They'll go this way. Leading off is the center fielder, Parker Meadows. Gleyber Torres will bat second and play second base. Kerry Carpenter is hitting the 3 spot. He'll DH. Spencer Torkelson will hold down first base. He'll hit fourth. Riley Green is out in left field. He'll bat fifth. Wenzel Perez will get the start in right field this afternoon. Batting sixth, Dylan Dingler does the catching for the Tigers, hitting seventh. Zach McKinstry will play third base and bat eighth. And batting ninth is your shortstop, Javier Baez. For the homestanding Cleveland Guardians, leading off is their left fielder, Stephen Kwan. Angel Martinez will play center field and bat second. Jose Ramirez will play third base and hit third. Jonathan Rodriguez gets the start in right field, batting fourth. Cal Manzardo will DH and bat fifth. Gabriel Arias will play shortstop and hit sixth. Brian Rocchio is at second base, batting seventh. In the 8th spot is Jhonkensy Noel playing first base. And behind the plate for the Guardians is their catcher, Austin Hedges.
Pitching matchup is brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. For all the latest offers, go to Toyota.com. Gavin Williams against Tarek Skubal. That takes to our keys to the game, brought to you by Bell's Founders and Laundering, proudly distributed by Rave and Associates for the 3rd straight week. On a Tuesday, we ask the keys for the Tigers to have some measure of success against Gavin Williams.
For the 3rd straight week on a Tuesday, the same keys are you better hit Gavin Williams' fastball. His fastball is a power fastball. He'll get it in this 96, 97 miles an hour. But the 2 breaking balls, both the curveball and that sweeper, are plus offerings. They rank up there with some of the best of those 2 respective pitches in the league. He's got a little cutter he'll throw into lefties as well. But get him in the zone, get on that fastball. Even if he throws a breaking ball over the plate, first pitch or early in the count, you better get on it, because if you get the 2 strikes, it could be curtains. It could be a long day for the Tigers if they're behind a lot of counts.
Guardians came from 11 back in September. No team had ever done that before to win the division. They finished with 88 wins. The Tigers with 87. The Tigers now get ready to face the 26-year-old from Fayetteville, North Carolina, Gavin Williams, making just his 2nd postseason start. He started in the American League Championship Series last year in New York. Didn't last 3 innings in that start. Struck out 4, but gave up a couple of home runs and 3 runs. First pitch of the wild card series. Parker Meadows swings and pops it up to shallow left. Quan back now in toward the line, makes a catch. 1 pitch, 1 out. And we are underway here at Progressive Field in Cleveland, the beginning of the postseason 2025. So glad to have you along. Tigers and Guardians season series. The Tigers, after sweeping the Guardians, had the edge in the season series, and then the Guardians won 5 of the 6 meetings the last 2 weeks in Detroit, the sweep, and then 2 of 3 last week. Tigers taking the finale, and that turned out to be huge. Gleyber Torres, first pitch swinging, ground ball to short. Arias picks it up, flips it over to first. 2 pitches, 2 outs. Wow.
Pretty much see what the plan is against Gavin Williams. He's got a 4-seam fastball, 2-seam fastball, curveball, sweeper, and that cutter. Parker Meadows hit a first pitch 2-seamer. Gleyber Torres hit a first pitch 4-seamer. You're trying to attack that fastball early. You do not want to see that spin if you can avoid it.
First pitch today brought to you by McLaren Health, the official healthcare system of the Detroit Tigers. First inning is brought to you by Rocket Mortgage. Own the dream. That brings up Kerry Carpenter. The focus going into the postseason. It felt like some of the pitching pieces came together the last week or so. Kerry Carpenter takes a 98-mile-an-hour fastball for a strike. The offense averaged 4.9 runs a game through 146 games. The offense has scored 40 runs in the last 16, 2.5 runs a game. Swinging a line drive, base it into right center. Off the bat of Kerry Carpenter over to fielder Rodriguez. He bobbles the ball, and Kerry Carpenter is ready to go to second, and he will cruise into second base. almost had an opportunity to end up on third. A double bobble by Rodriguez. Remember, he came up for Fry after Fry got hit in the face with a Skubal pitch, and that was a botch of what should have been a single.
It sure was. He kicked it off his right knee. It was a hanging breaking ball. Kerry Carpenter hit into right field. Rodriguez kicks it off his knee and then slips as he's trying to retrieve it. Kerry had a notion to go to third, probably did the right thing and stay in second base.
Now runner in scoring position. Righties hit this righty better than lefties. He's got the opposite platoon splits by quite a bit. Pitch up and in. And Bobby, a lot of the struggles in recent weeks have been against right-handed starters. Right-handed pitching, period, has given the Tigers fits.
Yes.
The best guy against righties the last 3 weeks is Spencer Torkelson. And it's not even close. He's hit them for average and for power. Fair amount of swing and miss as well. Swing in the line drive. Base hit into left field. Just over the outstretched glove of Arias. Carpenter coming home. The throw will go to second. Tigers take the 1-0 lead in the first. Spencer Torkelson delivers with 2 outs.
Dan, the exact reason he's been the best against right-handed pitching and pitching period over the last few weeks is because of that approach he's kept all season long. Keeping that front side in, staying in the middle of the field. That was a sweeper that was down, then a little bit away from him. Torque stays on that ball. Last year at 6-3, they're out of the inning. He loops that over Arias for RBI single.
Beautiful sight to see that ball just get over the outstretched glove of Gabriel Arias at short. Now Riley Green, who homered off Gavin Williams, takes cutter at the belt for a called strike. He sizzled a line drive off a fastball into the right field seats. But this is a bat that was, well, most everybody has been struggling in this 16-game stretch we're talking about. Swing and a miss. Riley, it just feels like, and we've talked about it a lot, AJ's talked about it a lot, it's just a lot of guys expanding the strike zone.
Yeah, expanding the strike zone. Trying to do a little too much. The intention's great, but it's hard to make yourself back it down just a little bit.
The 0-2. Soft little tap foul. The stuff for Gavin Williams last time out. Bobby doesn't generally go real deep against the Tigers, but that 6 innings, I think that's the best we've seen Gavin Williams.
Gavin Williams beats anybody in the big leagues that night. He had all 4 pitches working. That cutter was a monster as well.
He was spinning the sweeper, the curveball. Had 98 in his back pocket all day. Another 0-2 pitch for Riley Green on the way. Swing and a miss. 97 up, gets Riley. Expanded the strike zone twice on fastballs up. Tigers with 2 outs. Single, errors, single, take the lead. We go to the bottom of the first in Cleveland. 1-0 Tigers. This is the home of Detroit Tigers baseball, presented by Meijer.
Life can get busy, and finding time for doctor's appointments, well, it's tough. That's why I'm glad McLaren is making it easier. Now I can book online, do a virtual visit, or even check into the ER from my phone. Better access means better care. And with more providers and shorter wait times, they're making it work for me. McLaren, your care, our commitment. Find the care you need at McLaren.org.
I'm James Harrington of Feiger Law. As the official law firm of the Detroit Tigers, we congratulate the Tigers for their run to the playoffs. Our Tigers, with their will to win, have entered the postseason for an epic playoff run. We're proud of the grit, determination, and hard work it takes to return playoff baseball back to the city of Detroit. On behalf of our team at Feiger Law, we wish our Tigers continued success as they battle through the playoffs with the attitude, all we do is win.
All we do is win.
Some things are better in the dark, like bats, jack-o'-lanterns, monsters, and trick-or-treaters. For other things, like home appliances and your busy lifestyle, total darkness.
Skubal, which has created a little bit of traffic the last 2 starts. It's the bottom 3 guys that I'm watching. Swing and a miss on 98 away. Rocchio has been a thorn. Noel had a single and a home run off a changeup against Skubal 2 weeks ago. And Austin Hedges, we all know, swing and a miss. Rocchio strikes out. But it feels like that should be the approach against all 3.
It should. But
he just blew him away with a 99-mile-an-hour fastball. You don't have to get cute against these guys.
Listen, here's the thing, and you just outlined it. That's a big key for me in this series, keeping that bottom 3, whoever it's going to be, usually one of Rocchio, the catcher, And in this case, John Kinsey Noel and Austin Hedges. I mean, because you know what's waiting for you at the top of the lineup with Quan, whoever they want in between him and Ramirez.
Fastball 100 at the belt. Strike one on John Kinsey Noel. Did hit 4 home runs and 41 at-bats in September, but it's still a struggle. There's a ton of swing and miss in this bat. Drew 1 walk with 19 strikeouts. Noel takes a pitch up and in, 99. Hands held low, the bat upright, tucks the left shoulder in, the 1-1, swing and a miss. If you're going to throw him a changeup, throw it there. I know Tarek didn't mean to throw him a changeup over the plate, but I guess the better way of putting it is it just puts extra emphasis on making sure you're executing that changeup.
It can't be anywhere close, and if he wants to swing at it, great. If he doesn't, he can still use it to get back to the fastball.
The 1-2, swing and a tap foul in and out of the glove, 100 miles an hour on the fastball for Tarek Skubal. He is looking strong out of the gate. 1 out in the 3rd inning, 26 pitches. The 1-2, swing and a soft tap foul, changeup well off the plate away. That's all he could do is just flail. Impressive, he got a piece of it.
And quite frankly, because of where he holds his hands, right down there by his hip, he's got to really go to get it started on the fastball. Well-located one beats him every time.
1-2, swing and a miss. Curveball away. Wipes out John Kinsey Noel. 4th strikeout for Skubal, all swinging. Again, a pitch that he used a little bit more last time he faced the Guardians. I like that he's breaking that pitch out a little more.
You know how I feel about a Tarek Skubal curveball.
Like it.
I've liked it all year. Last year, he doesn't throw it very often, quite frankly, because he hasn't needed to. But it's nice to have that in your back pocket when you got to go to it.
Austin Hedges takes a fastball perfect at the bottom rail. That's a slider at 94. Wow, I don't think we've seen him throw a slider at 94. Ball 1. Again, that bottom rail is just not in play right now. The 1-0. Change up away. Second best numbers in this lineup arguably belong against Tarek Skubal to Austin Hedges, the 160 hitter. 4 for 17. Fastball away and walks. 3-0.
Force field is in play right now.
It's just incredible. Pretty good chance Skubal's going to get back into this at bat. The 3-0. Fastball low and away. He just walked Austin Hedges on 4 pitches. And that's just one of those things. You can't say he's in his head. Jose Ramirez doesn't even draw walks against Tarek Skubal. It's just an oddity.
Some guys, just for whatever reason, there's no explaining it. You can't metric it. You can't explain it. There's just nothing about it. They just struggle against some guys, and it's just what it is.
Stephen Kwan takes 99 away. He's missed with 5 straight. I don't think we saw this the entire season. 3rd inning brought to you by Mastercraft Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electric. For fast service and the best price, choose Mastercraft. 1-0 Tigers in the 3rd. McKinstry tied at 3rd. Baez shades up the middle at short. The 1-0, swinging a line drive to left field, right to Riley Green. Back a step, makes the catch. Good swing, 3rd out. Kwan lines out to end the 3rd. The walk does no harm. We go to the 4th inning in the first game of the Wild Card Series. Tigers with a 1-0 lead after 3 on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network, presented by Meijer.
This National Women's Small Business Month, America is doing more than celebrating the builders, growers, and dreamers. We're standing behind them as partners in progress with professional-grade tools, insights, and support to help women-owned businesses grow with confidence. Not just this month, but every day, because breaking barriers is a full-time commitment, and so is ours. Visit Comerica.com/women. Comerica Bank, member FDIC, equal opportunity lender.
When it comes to CD rates, every point matters. But how can you be certain you're getting the best rate? Unfortunately, CD comparison sites don't show all your options. Check out Comerica Bank directly for their exclusive CD rates you won't find on all those comparison sites. Right now, a Comerica 90-day fixed CD rate earns 4.15% APY. Visit Comerica.com/CD offers and explore all your options before you move your money. Minimum $2,500 new money required to earn annual percentage yield. Comerica Bank, member FDIC.
Get ready for Tigers baseball with Carbliss, a premium ready-to-drink cocktail in a can. 0 carbs, 0 sugar, 0 gluten, and just 100 calories a can. Plus, less carbonation, which means less bloating and less guilt when drinking. Carbliss offers flavors for everyone, from pineapple, black cherry, or cranberry to classic cocktails like margarita and Paloma. On Tigers game days, stop at your local grocery store and pick up a pack of Carbliss to enjoy at home during every pitch. Carbliss, handcrafted premium ready-to-drink cocktails. Liss is more. For every Tigers home run, Ashley, the official furniture and mattress provider of the Detroit Tigers, donates up to $500 to nonprofits supporting Michigan kids. Go Tigers!
Arias with the little chopper off home plate that went high in the air over the mound, scoring the run. Kenzie Noel takes ball 1. Struck out on the curveball first time up. The strike 1. Swing and a miss. Changeup way out ahead of it. Check some scores from the 1-800-CALL Sam Studios scoreboard. We got some big names in action today.
Yeah.
The 0-2, swinging a foul right back our way, off our window. It's been a while. Bobby was ready. Were you going to play that on the hop?
I was going to turn double play. Throw it next to Carlos Guillen in our radio booth, our Spanish radio next door.
Carlos Baerga to your right, the former Indian Guardians great. The 1-2, swing and a miss. My goodness. Noel waves at a changeup away. He wanted you to, I think, reach outside the window to get that one.
No, that wasn't going to happen. I like my fingers.
Carlos Baerga does Spanish radio for the Guardians.
He was going to die. He almost dove in front of me.
7th strikeout for Skubal. All swinging. Austin Hedges, slider in at 91, swing and a miss. 4 starts for Skubal against the Guardians this season. He's given up 2 earned runs on 16 hits in 28 innings. 40 strikeouts and 5 walks. 2 walks, 7 strikeouts today. This will complete the 2nd trip through the order. Slider on the back door. He's really mixing his pitches. Very interesting how he's mixing them against certain batters. The 0-2, swing and a miss. He stayed off speed the entire at-bat against Austin Hedges and wiped him out with a changeup.
Mark it down, Dan.
Wow.
We got Austin Hedges out.
5th inning today is brought to you by Figer Law. All they do is win. Strikeout updates brought to you by Carbliss, the official ready-to-drink canned cocktail of the Detroit Tigers. 8 strikeouts through 18 batters for Tarek Skubal. 1-1 tie in the 5th. Game 1 of the wild card. Stephen Kwan 0 for 2 today. Fastball busts him in at 99. Pulls the hands in, ball 1.
I like that with him. You cannot continue to show Stephen Kwan the same pitch shapes, velocities, locations. You got to mix it up. Just too good. Bat-to-ball skills are just superior.
Pitching has dominated this season series. The Guardians averaged 3.5 runs a game against the Tigers. The Tigers 2.5 runs a game against the Guardians. Kwan takes a strike, which means if you look at the numbers on both sides, there aren't many who've had success against the other team. Stephen Kwan has hit over 300. He is always a tough out. 308 against Tigers pitching this year. The 1-1, swinging a foul out of play. Kind of a down year offensively for him. The only thing you really notice, Bobby, the contact skills are there. Everything's kind of the same, except he didn't hit the fastball this year like he did a year ago.
And that's why how you have to go after him. And you're right.
Skubal works on the third base side, stands at a slight angle to home plate, steps back into his motion, swinging a soft ground ball to third. McKinstry will charge field from the grass. Fire to Torkelson at first. 1-2-3 5th inning for Skubal. We head to the 6th in a 1-1 game. Tigers and Guardians, game 1 of the wild card on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network, presented by Meyer.
At McLaren, we know that when you need emergency care, the waiting room is the last place you want to be. Which is why we offer online check-in for non-life-threatening conditions, so you can check into your local McLaren ER right from your home. Just visit mclaren.org/ER and select a time that fits your schedule. The next time you need expert ER care, check in online so the waiting room can be your living room. That's mclaren.org/ER.
People can't have access to quality medical care without affordable health insurance. At Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, we understand increasing health insurance costs are becoming more of a strain on the budgets of the businesses and people we serve. Affordability matters. It affects real families, real decisions, and real care. That's why at Blue Cross, we're dedicated to finding solutions. To learn about this critical issue and our efforts to make healthcare affordable for all, visit mibluedaily.com/affordability today.
I'm Dan Campbell, head coach of the Detroit Lions. Grit, honesty, hustle, these things are important to me, and that's why I partnered with the Bernsteins. They work quickly to make things right after an accident. They do it with compassion and integrity, and they do it for Michigan families like yours. That's why calling Sam is the best call you can make if you're injured in an accident. The Bernsteins, great family, great lawyers. If you're injured in an accident, get the Bernstein advantage.
Injured? 1-800-CALL-SAM.
For every Tigers home run.
First, Will Best with the crowd on their feet here in Cleveland. Will face the 3-4-5 hitters for the Guardians. He got the final out of the 8th inning. The final line for Tarek Skubal, one of the great postseason performances you will see. 1 run on 3 hits, 3 walks, 14 strikeouts in 7 2/3, brought to you by Figer Law. All they do is win. Most strikeouts in the postseason for any pitcher since Garrett Cole had 15 in 2019. Ramirez at the plate. Turnaround, bat lefty. Again, he's good from both sides, just been better from the right side the last couple of years. Shadows now encroaching on home plate. First pitch to Ramirez. Starts him off with a slider on the outer edge for strike 1. Left side of the infield shifts to the right. The outfield plays into pull. The wind continues to blow in from straightaway center. The 0-1. Changeup misses low and away. Jonathan Rodriguez, the next scheduled batter. George Valera, lefty, has grabbed a bat. He's on deck. The 1-1, swinging a shot up the middle. Diving stop by Baez. From his knees, throws to first. Got him because, off the glove of Torkelson. Trickles down the right field line. Ramirez is going to end up on third. Ball skipped off the glove of Torkelson in a perfect carom. He goes down the right field line. They had him. If he could hang on, he couldn't.
Yeah, it was a tough play for Javi Baez up the middle, fully extended. The way Ramirez runs, and he was in the left-handed batter's box, he couldn't get to his feet. He gave Tork seemingly the only hop he could give him. You try to give him the long hop. He ended up being in between. And then as it went by, it actually hit Ramirez and kicked into right field. He's on third base.
Tough in-between hop. Tying run now 90 feet away. George Valera steps to the plate. Limited at-bats. Just 41 at-bats. First pitch, swing and a miss. Good slider down and in. 9 for 36 against righties with some power. Hit for average and power in the minor leagues. Solid plate discipline without a ton of swing and miss. Pitch outside makes it 1-1. The 1-1, swing and a miss. How about that? 2 sliders under the bat, 1-2.
That's a good tactic with Valera. Very flat swing. You can see how he produced some home runs in the minor leagues. When you do that, he's susceptible to those sliders down.
Time called by Valera. Crowd boos, but they don't realize it's their guy. Everybody in tight. Baez up the middle. Outfield straight up. McKinstry hanging by third base. The 1-2, swinging a pop-up. Fouling out of play. Kyle Manzardo waiting on deck. 2-1 Tigers in the bottom of the 9th inning. Infield single. The throwing error. Man on third. The 1-2. Low and in. Tried another slider. That same pitch got the swing and miss. First 2 strikes. This time Valera lays off. Shadows from the roof line now crossing home plate. The 2-2 swing and a miss. Got him with a changeup. 1 out in the 9th.
Good pitch right there from Will Vest. If you're going to throw that pitch right there, it has to be down. It has to be in the dirt or very close to it. It was. Valera swings and misses.
Kyle Manzardo, big production against righties. Loves to swing early. First pitch. Strike, a slider popped out of the glove of Dylan Dingler, but it was on the inside edge. Strike 1. Doesn't hit lefties, but he's hit 250 with solid power numbers against righties. It's going to make you throw him a strike. Doesn't chase a whole lot. There is swing and miss in this bat, and as Bobby described, you can power him with fastballs. A strike 1, swing and a foul back. He falls behind 0-2, fastball up.
Exactly where you need to go with him. He fouled that ball off, but Dylan Dingler gave him the point because it was about a ball and a half above the top rail. It's exactly where you need to go.
He struck out 8 times in his last 22 at-bats against Tigers pitching the last 2 series. The 0-2, swinging a soft tapper back to the mound. Will Vest has Ramirez trapped between home and third, and he will tag him out. Great job by Will Vest. Ramirez broke home on the ground ball back to the mound. Will Vest played it perfectly. 2 outs in the 9th and a man at first.
Yeah, Will Vest didn't panic right there. A lot of times what you'll see with pitchers, they'll give the ball up too quickly, and the runner is in no man's land between home and third or whatever base. And what ends up happening is he gets in that rundown, ends up being a snowball fight, and you get lucky to get out of it. Well, he did the right thing. He ran right at him, made him commit, and ultimately he stops, and Will Vest just tags him out.
Wow. Yeah, so often you just see the throw home when the guy's still 30 feet from home plate.
Right.
Great job by Will Vest. 2 outs and a man on first for C.J. Kafis. He has provided some punch from the left side. Big numbers in the minor leagues. Hit for average and for power. Left-handed batter, close to the plate. First pitch, high pop-up. This should do it. Javi Baez, Riley Green. Baez calling for it. He makes the catch. Tigers take game 1 in Cleveland. Man on